Guys, Nicky here, and we just got done with Hell in a Cell. I'm actually already at the airport, as you might be able to tell. There's planes over there, and seeing as how where we were was like an hour and a half away from the airport, and my flight leaves at like 5:30, it'd be easier for me to just stay at the airport and for Calkos to go home. So, plus he has an early morning tomorrow, so I'm going to be doing this video solo. But Hell in a Cell. Hell of a card, hell of a show. It was quite good. Last hour was a little bit, but let's just go ahead and talk about it. First match was a six-man tag on the cruiserweight division on the pre-show. Cedric Alexander, Sin Cara, Lince Dorado versus Arya Davari, Tony Nese, and Drew Gulak, and it was one hell of a match. Fast-paced, everyone was going everywhere. Like, all the guys got to show some good stuff. I actually went with somebody who had been out of wrestling for 15 years. Like, there was me, Calkos, and this guy named Rich, who, like, he hasn't been to a wrestling show in a long time. But that was basically his first match back, and it really impressed him. So that was pretty darn good. Alexander is still over as shit. Sin Cara did great in that match. Like, he basically showed why he's one of the strongest cruiserweights in the field, as did Tony Nese. Goddamn, Tony Nese is still great. And Drew Gulak showed some good stuff. Basically, everyone involved in this match did really good, and it was a great match. And a hell of a way to kick off the show and get the crowd hyped. First match on the main card was Roman Reigns versus Rusev. Brutal match. Absolutely just vicious match. And that's what I would hope a Hell in a Cell match would be, but the finish was just the most Roman Reigns-iest finish ever. Like, basically, the ending spot was Rusev got Roman in the Accolade on steel steps with a chain in his mouth. Like, he was basically taking the chain and yanking like that, and Roman still slipped out, and then speared, and then won, and then yay. In case you're wondering, he got booed. He got booed really hard. So that's how that goes. What else? What was next? Bayley versus Dana Brooke. It was fine. It's a fine match. Dana Brooke didn't fuck anything up too hard. Bayley got her win back. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Then came Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Cass spit hot fire as they usually do, and then the match kind of abruptly ended, but Enzo ate a magic killer. The club finally win. Feels like it's been forever since they've won a match, but they win, and hopefully they move on to something. I don't know yet. We'll see. What came next? I think the next one was the next one was the world title match between Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, and that was match of the night, no question. These two put in some work. There was some great spots, some unique spots, like this one where Seth Rollins basically powerbombed Kevin Owens through a table, and there was another table set up below it. It was great. I had not seen that before. Like, just these two threw the best that they had at each other. There was a unique spot where a ref got hit with some fire extinguisher, and while they were getting him out, Jericho ran in. That was smart. A plus there. What else happened? It was just a damn good match. Brutal in places, and match of the night. No question about it. I think it's a 4+ star match. Then came the Cruiserweight title match. Brian Kendrick versus TJ Perkins. Kendrick is your new Cruiserweight champion. Yes! To be honest, I've been kind of losing some, what's the word I'm looking for? I haven't been as high on TJ Perkins as I once was. He's a little bit slow in the ring. The video game stuff is kind of forced, and like, when Brian Kendrick won the title, I was legitimately happy because the title's off of Perkins, and that means we can move on to somebody else. That's good for me. Um, Hopefully he gets into a feud with Rich Swann, because that seems like that would be the most popular feud at this very moment. So I want to see that. And hopefully some other cruiserweights start getting involved in this. Like Grand Metallic's date should be coming up soon. Noam Dar and Jack Gallagher, they should be debuting sometime soon. Where is Akira Tozawa? I want Akira Tozawa. He really impressed me more than anyone else in the Cruiserweight Classic, and I want to see him on the show. Wow, there's some lighting effects. Anyway, after that came Cesaro and Sheamus versus The New Day, and that's when things started going downhill and fast. These two had a good match, but oh my god, the finish. Basically, Cesaro had Xavier Woods in the sharpshooter after the Cesaro swing. Everything looked good. Sheamus was on the outside running interference, and Kofi ended up getting himself DQ'd. At least that's what I was able to tell. It was weird. We couldn't see the big thing at the ceiling because the Boston Celtics banners were blocking them, so we couldn't frickin' see the replays. But yeah, from what I could tell, Kofi got DQ'd, which means Cesaro and Sheamus won by DQ, and New Day retained. Wow, they are coming up. They are coming up with some really dumb ways to pad out the time before New Day break Demolition's tag title record, aren't they? Like it just killed the mood, and hopefully they win it at Roadblock, which is at the point where Cesaro and Sheamus will finally win the tag title, or will finally break Demolition's record, and then maybe we can move on, and the Raw tag picture can not suck. And then finally was the main event, the women's title match. I'll have to check to see the exact length of this match, but I am fairly certain that it went 30 plus minutes, and goddamn did it feel like it. Like at certain points, the match just dragged and dragged and dragged. There was one spot very early in the match where Charlotte powerbombed Sasha through the German announce table, and they spent like 5 minutes like loading her onto a stretcher, and they were about to give Charlotte the women's title, and right as they were saying, the winner of this match and new women's champion, nope, Sasha's moving, she's coming back in, the match continues. They basically just did that just so they could have a stretcher spot, which there was some good crowd brawling before that, and then near the end of the match, like, yeah, both the women were near exhaustion, so they were telling that part of the story, but then at that point, the furniture just stopped working. At one point, it looked like one of the big finale spots was going to be a superplex to the outside through a table, which, on paper, that's going to be great. And then Sasha pushed Charlotte off of the top turnbuckle, and she went through the table. Whoopsie daisy. I don't know if they were trying to have her just land on the table, and then like she could frog splash Charlotte through the table, but that just kind of fucked up all the plans going forward. And then later on, they pulled out another table, and Charlotte, and then they just kept teasing the table, and then finally Charlotte tried to toss Sasha through the table, didn't break. She did it again, didn't break, and then she just hit natural selection and won the match in Boston. Oh man, and at that point, crickets, man. Like, usually a main event level match, even if it's something that we've never seen before and something we weren't expecting, like, Charlotte was getting boos all throughout the night, but that ending to the match, you could hear a pin drop and everyone was headed for the exit. It's not the time to put the title back on Charlotte. It's just not. Look, I get that Charlotte has this streak going of wins at pay-per-views and title matches, but not the time for this. Like, Sasha should have won. She should have retained the title in her hometown. Send the crowd home happy. The ending, the last match and a half. That hurt. That hurt quite a bit. Oh yeah, and there was one spot for the women where Sasha was going to do, or late in the match, Sasha was going to do a running power bomb through a table, and her back just gave out on her, and she just collapsed. Like, I'm worried that this match is going to, like, basically prevent women from main eventing again in the future, because the match ended with a flop. That was I'll admit they put some good work in, but the end result was just nothing. And now Charlotte's the women's champion for the third time. Like, we introduced this women's title, like, at WrestleMania, and she's already a 3-time champ. She's gonna be a 16-time champ before freaking Cena is. But either way, Roman and Owens was great. The Cruiserweight 6-man tag was great. What else was really, really great? Those were the two big ones. Roman and Rusev could have been really good if it weren't for such a Roman-y finish, but you know what? Other than that, I'm happy I went. It was a good show, and overall, I will give it 1 thumb up. Not 2, just 1. It was good. It was good. So, with that said, let's try and get some of these effects to stop. So, with that, that's just about all for me. I will see you guys later.